Hey, here's a wild card. City girls are not here to like you for real, honey, okay? A lot of these celebrity men feel like every woman is going to like them all the time because they have money, fame, and fortune. This is not how a city girl works, baby. The game don't work that way, okay? At the end of the day, you can look at some of these dudes on the red carpet and look at the women they're with, and the women they're with don't even want to be with them for real. They be sitting up there grinning and bearing it. Some of them are living their best life on vacation, smiling and stuff because she knows what's about to ensue, okay? So a lot of y'all should know better. Now, I hate this whole situation with Shannon Sharp. I actually like the way Shannon Sharp asks questions and things like that. I thought that, he had something cool about himself. But you have to wonder, okay? A city girl is in the city and for the city for a reason, child, like y'all know.
Hello, everyone. This is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below. And let's get into the video.
So I just seen this video about this dude talk about like he done dating because all the women have a city girl mindset and all they want is money and all they want is this, right? And I got an unpopular opinion about it, right? Well, not unpopular, but like just a different opinion about it, right? So different perspective about it, right? Because I understand it. So going to just like human psychology, innately all humans want the same things. We want to feel loved, we want to feel cherished, we want to feel cared about, we want to feel special. We love all of that. We want that. Like, we naturally desire that innately, right? Now, women have had a consistency of getting done wrong, right? You hear most women talk about, oh, this guy did me wrong, I was there for him, and da-da-da-da, he cheated on me, he's such and such and such, right? So naturally, as a human, what are you going to do? You're going to put up certain like roadblocks and blockages to protect yourself because that's human nature. So I understand that the action is not the problem. You have to get to the root and understand where the action is stemming from or what influenced the action. So keep going with me. So the women who has this, oh, you have to buy me this first, you got to do this, you got to spend this amount of money, they're showing you that they're still willing to take a chance to get love or be in a relationship because they still innately desire that. But the best way that they feel for them to move forward is, if I am going to get my heart broke, if I am seeing all of these other women get their heart broke, then I might as well get something for it. Because just loving a man specifically for that, I'm not going to get nothing out of it but a heartbreak. So if I am going to do it, I might as well get some money. I might as well get a date. I might as well get tricked on. Does that make it right? No. Does that make it wrong? No. It just is what it is. And when you understand the root of it, then you can kind of like, I guess, empathize with it or like break it down a little bit more. Because my interpretation is, even if it is a woman that say you need to do this first, you need to do this first, I'm not going to do it because I know how to speak to the foundation of what that's influencing. You just want to feel secure that you're not wasting your time or you're not putting your emotions at risk to end up being heartbroken without getting anything in return. So like, I understand why people perceive the 50-50 mindset that women, I mean, not the 50-50, the city girl mindset that women have. Like, you got to buy this first, you got to do this first. But if you take it deeper, it's just that they rather at least get something for something, right? Does that make sense? Or like, do I need to explain deeper? Because I really love this topic and I could go super deep on it, but yeah.
Hoe is a new way of life, thanks to majority of men these days. Disclaimer, some people just choose to be hoes whether it's a man's fault or not. But majority of women with the handout mentality, with the you gotta pay to play mentality, it's men's fault. And even some of them will claim, oh, I just want to live this way, but it's still men's fault. And let me dive deeper into why hoe is the way that women like to play because of men. And before y'all get on here, men, I need you to not think emotionally now. You all say we're the emotional ones. I need you to think with this head and not your little egos. There was a time that women actually loved freely. And I'm not going to say unconditionally because there is no such thing as unconditional love. The only person that loves unconditionally is not a person, and that is God. We all have conditions to our love, you guys. Some have more than others, some have less than others, but we all have conditions, as you should. You should not love anybody, no matter what they do to you. So yes, there's no such thing as unconditional love, but there are fair conditions. Back to what I was talking about. There was a time when women would love and freely, without their handout, without asking to be paid for dates, and not with this city girl mentality, the ones y'all hate, the ones you all can't stand, right? Women were happily barefoot and pregnant at home. Women didn't have to go out and get degrees, and women didn't have to go put houses in their name, and women didn't have to go out and try to find another suitable partner to help raise your children, because there was a time where men was all that to us. So how do we get here? How do we get to the point where women only respond to money? How do we get to the point where women are overly independent? How do we get to the point where in 2024, more women started more businesses, home ownership, and so much more than men? Somewhere down the line, you all took that woman for granted. That woman that was at home raising your kids, you were down the street at Shirley house, and now you got Barbara coming to Shirley as a woman. Somewhere down the line, when you had that good woman at home that was willing to do anything and everything for you, that would fight for a relationship, and that was crying and stuff, you were smiling in her face and other women's faces as well. You mass manipulated, toyed with her emotions, belittled her, made her feel less than, left her and raised other kids across town, and left her basically for dead. This is the story that's been happening over and over for years and years. Before the good old internet and before the cell phones and the two-ways, a lot of women was blind to the bullshit, okay? And women got fed up. Women got tired of the bullshit, so they started fighting for equal rights and equal pay. And even though none of those things are equal today, they have made huge strides in their community to get away from men like you. Then there's good old child support. Child support was never meant to support the child. It was meant to divide the family. With that being said, if there was a family head that wasn't in a position to put her in to be divided, then we wouldn't need child support. We wouldn't need the government to tell you what to do with your children. We wouldn't need the government to tell you that you need to help provide for your child. Matter of fact, we wouldn't even need the government at all if you guys actually stayed at home, kept it in your pants, but you don't know how to, or you choose not to. Needless to say, people got fed up, okay? Women got fed up to the point now you got these personalities, okay, I know y'all gonna be some dog ass niggas anyway, so I'd rather cry in riches and luxury and eating steaks versus being barefoot and pregnant and left for dead. Women have accepted the fact that you all refuse to change. And so with that being said, if it's going to be worth their while, they're going to get some money out of it. They're going to cry with their Chanel bag in their hand. They're going to cry with half of your money or spousal support or alimony. Now, in the same token, I don't agree. That's not how you fix men, in my opinion. That's not how you fix men. If your man is not faithful, you in turn do not just say, well, I can't find a man that's faithful. At least I'm gonna make it worth my while and get money out of it. There's no amount of money, ladies, that's worth your respect, your time, your body. With that being said, back to the city girls. That's why y'all got them. So the next time y'all complain about these women, they don't need us no more for anything. And these women, all they do is get their hand out and try, and they don't want 50-50, and they don't want to, I always ask them what I bring to the table. It's because y'all created that monster. You created that monster. You created the monster. So now you have to lay in the bed with the monster. Or, well, I'm not going to say the obvious, but, or you can just stop being ain't shit ass selfish dogs and assume your position.
The world we live in today has forced so many women to be city girls when in reality that's not even real. Like, just think about it. The city girl JT bought her dude a car. Like, y'all have to think about it. Ain't no man just finna be with you and they giving. Like, you can't be so selfish when it comes to being in a relationship. Like, just imagine if the shoe was on the other foot and the man was giving, or you as a woman were giving. You would be like, what you take me for? Like, what do you think I am? Like, a real relationship does not work like that. You give to him, he gives to you.
A lot of modern day women are city girls. And they have this idea that a man is just a bank account, is just an ATM. All they want is to get money from the guy. By lying, by stealing, by cheating, by horrible intention. But at the end of the day, guys will literally cut you off just because you are so selfish and you never reciprocate anything.
So part of me wants to be a city girl sometimes. Like it's like a little person on my shoulder that's telling me like, scam these men, get money out of all these men. And then there's another person on this shoulder that's like, don't ever do that. Like you're a nice girl. Like just the right guy will come along. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't be like these other girls. Don't do it. And it's like this little city girl on my shoulder. She always comes out whenever I see these girls getting all this extravagant stuff from these men, and whenever I see Shira Seven's videos like that, that little city girl comes out. Like, she wants to scam men. She does. But then this one's like, no, the true me over here is like, no, don't do that. No, don't do that. Be nice. Be a good girl. And both these things on my shoulder, they fight sometimes. They fight. It's like, naturally, good girls, it's like we know, right, that we are capable of listening to Shira 7, being on our city girl, getting men to do whatever the heck we want them to do, right? But it's just not in us. And that's okay, all right? I'm here to tell you guys that is okay. We are going to get the things that we want without having to be somebody that we're not. They say nice girls finish last, but I believe that that's not true. I believe that genuine people always come out on top, no matter what. So I say always be a genuine person. Like, you'd be surprised. When you're a genuine person, like, you get a lot more. You do. You get a lot more. It may seem like the other girls are getting more, but no. Trust me, it's going to be you. Just continue to be a light in a world of darkness, and you will get everything. You will have the right man will come along, and he's going to be a genuine guy. All right? He's going to love you for you, and he's going to do the things that you see all these girls getting all of these guys to do, you know? Because it's so funny. I realized one of my friends told me something that I thought was absolutely hilarious because it was true. He said, when it comes to me, a man's plan, because of how I may look to them or how, like, the aura, whatever, a man's plan is to come over, right, and just hit it. Like they plan is to get you, just to get me so they could just take it to hit, right? But when they get around me, they end up just talking to me. They end up telling me all their business. They end up, like, really liking me as a person, and they forget that their goal was to come over and, you know, get what they originally wanted out of me. Now they want to wife me. Now they want me to be their therapist and their confidant, and they want to tell me all their secrets. But he said that that's more important. And we think, like, girls like us, like me, we think that these other girls are just getting everything, and we can get jealous sometimes, feeling like, well, like, dang, I just wish I had it in me to be like that. I wish I could get these things from, like, where are the men that are doing this, right? But in all reality, we just got to stay true to ourselves, and the right people and the right things will come along at the right time. But we should never jeopardize our true selves and, you know, become a worse version of ourselves to achieve materialistic things.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
I just want y'all to know that the day of the bad BITCH is going away, and it's going away extremely fast. And if y'all don't do something about it, if y'all don't do something about yourselves, not it, but yourselves, you're going to be in for a rude awakening, because these men are not playing with y'all no more. Now, I just, well, I ain't even finished watching the video because I just had to come tell y'all this. I was watching Rodney the Voice on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to his channel, go subscribe, because he is super funny. But he has this, this segment that he does called Hot Topics, where he talks about everything that's going on, you know, in the news and, you know, reality TV, all that stuff. So he was talking about Drewski. I know Drewski just had that interview. I think was it with the Breakfast Club? I forgot with who, but he had an interview, and he was talking about Ruby Rose and why they didn't work out, so to speak. And he said something along the lines of, you know, when you date a bad BITCH, you got to be prepared, you know, to pay, in so many words, right? And so that's exactly what Rodney the Voice alluded to. He basically said in his commentary that a lot of these men, especially men like Drewski, who probably wouldn't even have access to a Ruby Rose if he didn't have access to money, they want to date the bad B, but they don't want to pay for the bad B. A lot of these men, y'all, are waking up, and they're realizing that a lot of y'all are only bad Bs because of how you look, how you dress, and who you attach yourself to. If you take away all three of those things, they are now realizing she ain't the bad BITCH that I thought she was. She ain't really got nothing unless she's standing next to somebody. See, back in the day, the men didn't care about that. All they wanted was a pretty woman on their arm, and they did everything. But y'all women, not all but most, have ran into the ground so much, and y'all have become so lazy. I'm a woman. I'm gonna tell you how it is. Y'all become so lazy to now these men, they waking up. Do y'all not realize that men are becoming more and more vocal? Men weren't this vocal, especially on the internet. They weren't this vocal. I think the most vocal we ever had, and that was in recent years, was dang, I forgot the guy's name, but he's no longer with us. He transitioned. I forgot his name, but y'all can't stand it. Kevin Samuels, that's him. He probably was the most vocal in recent years, but most men, they're quiet. They deal with whatever they got to deal with, whether they like it or not, in silence, and they just go on with life. But now, these men, they waking up and they realizing, like, dang, a lot of women that we like, we don't even really like them like that. I mean, dang, at one point in time, we wanted the girl with the big heels, big booty, but we don't even like that because they don't even look right no more. And then when they start sitting down, they thinking, see, when a man think, women, you got a problem. Because most time they just let the women do all the thinking and all the doing for them. But now these men starting to think on their own. And now that they starting to think, they sit down, they really analyzing, like, dang, she ain't got no job, she ain't got no business, she ain't bringing really no income in. The only income that she really getting is what she's getting from whoever she's with, and she's stashing it, yeah. But really, if you take away the men, if you take away the looks, if you take away, like, all the provocativeness, what is she really? And it's not to tear women down, it's to get y'all to open your eyes. These men, they actually want a little bit more substance now. Like, back then, you used to get away with the, and I don't mean to be rude, but the dingy blonde, the ditzy girl, you used to get away with stuff like that. Like, oh, she's cute, whatever. That's my little Barbie doll or whatever. That you used to get away with stuff like that. But these men, they smart. See, now they realizing that the woman with the natural body, she's still pretty. She's still pretty. Dang. And not only she pretty, she dressed real nice. She ain't showing everything. You know, she might show a little something, but she ain't showing everything. And she still look pretty. And not only that, not only is she pretty and she dressed nice, she got a degree. She got a degree, or she got a job. And wait a minute, she might even have her own business. She pay her own bills. She ain't in my pockets all the time. Wait a minute now. I've been saying this a bad bitch, but when I think about it, is she really? These men, they starting to think. And y'all who just use men, y'all are in trouble. Because what do you have left now? Because a lot of y'all are so lazy that y'all, all the money that y'all do touch from these men, a lot of y'all are not putting it to good use. Y'all are using it on clothes, on wigs, just to look good on social media. When you got people like me who come on social media, like, see, I know how I look. I know I'm big, but I know how I look when I get dressed up. So that's why I'm comfortable coming on social media like this. But y'all, on the other hand, y'all spend all y'all money and all y'all time to impress people on social media who come on social media like this and still can pull the same thing that you pulling now. Because why are these men waking up? They're waking up and seeing that it's nothing behind a lot of those types of women. Now, I'm not saying those women are smart. I'm not saying those women aren't able to do for themselves. I'm not saying that those women are just down and out. I'm not saying it at all, so don't misconstrue what I'm saying. What I'm saying is a lot of these women put themselves in a position to be looked at that way. A lot of them women put themselves in a position to be looked at as somebody that's just a pretty face. Not because they have to, but because they're lazy. And they don't want to do nothing else but run a man's pockets. It's more to life than running a man's pockets. See, y'all gotta think. A man will give you anything. Now, there's some cheap men out here. It's some hard men out here. I ain't saying all men like this, and I ain't saying all men good, because there's some dogs, there's some bad ones out here. I know. But for the vast majority, men will give you anything. They will give you anything. A lot of them, they take pride in being providers. They do. But when they realize that all you want is their pockets, they're not doing it no more. They're not coming home just giving you the check or giving you the credit card no more. No. Why? Because they realize that's what you all about. Y'all notice some of these housewives that be on here? I'm talking about the regular ones. Y'all notice some of the housewives on here that people be in the comments. How she get to stay at home? How she get a husband that do all that? Because he know her. He know that's not all, she wants from him. You understand what I'm saying? That's not all that she brings to the table. If need be, he know that if he ain't got it, she got it. If she a housewife and she not working or whatever, he know that she'll get up and go do what she got to do to make ends meet till he get back up. A lot of these bad bitches, they not like that. They not like that. And these men, they waking up. That's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all young girls, y'all better listen to Auntie. I've been right these past few videos. I've been right. I don't steer y'all wrong. I don't tell y'all nothing I won't tell my own girls. I got 3 of them. And I got a son. I don't tell y'all nothing wrong. These men, they up. They up. And they waking their sons up too. They ain't not finna let their sons get played by y'all daughters. Listen. Girls, young women, listen to me. Get some substance about you. You cute, that's good. You dress nice, that's good. But baby, bring something else. Bring something else. Because when you bring something else and that man see that, you talk about, you ain't gonna have to try to get in his pockets, baby. He gonna empty them. I'm telling y'all. These IG, they doing it all wrong. They doing it all wrong. They teaching y'all all wrong. They teaching y'all to be prostitutes. They're teaching y'all to trick. I'm trying to get you a good man, a good husband, a good family who take care of y'all. Y'all take care of each other. That's what I'm trying to get you. And it's genuine. It's genuine. All right, don't listen to me then. Don't listen.
It is not every guy you run game on. There are guys out here who are not trying to play you, use you, or mistreat you. You will lose a lot of high quality relationships if you do that. It's not every person that you treat exactly the same way. Not everybody is out to get you.
I do not feel like coming into a relationship, I need to have my hand out talking about gimme. If I've ever said I want financial gain in anything, that is not saying I'm coming into a relationship looking for a nigga with money. Because there's been plenty of niggas with money that I've passed up because their morals is literally at a fucking down to pass hell. They have no core values. They don't even take care of their kids. Like, it's certain things that I just would never overlook because the nigga have money. So, secondly, yes, if I said something about that, it's because I'm a person that grew up in a household where a man was the provider. Grew up in a household where the woman was a woman. So if I say shit like I'm gonna be a woman, I know what to be a woman is. It's okay. I'm speaking on you.
Why all y'all think somebody want to pay for your life? When in the hell did it become a thing to want to pay for somebody's life? When did you grow up to be an adult to want to be a goddamn kid again and get an allowance? Now, back in the day, I can understand. Women didn't have rights. Certain jobs they couldn't get. It was certain things they couldn't do. Hell, they couldn't even vote. So I understand a man paying for a woman's life if that's his significant other, because it wasn't a lot of options, okay? And plus, you could live off of one job, off of one income in a household, okay? Now, it's 2025, man. You can't survive off of one income. And if you one of them high value men like Kevin Samuel say, why would I want a woman that only wants me for my money? Because most men that got money, that's their biggest concern, is finding a woman that actually wants them for them and not them for their money. And if I'm broke, I want a woman that's going to help me get to the bag, not take away the bag. Ladies, the way most of you are presenting yourselves, I might as well go ahead and get me a 305, because that's going to be cheaper, pimp. I can just go ahead and get rid of you after I need to do what I want to do, because that's what you present. Now, if you want somebody to really take care of you in hard times, you got to show me something. You're going to have to be with me when I'm down till I come up for me to just pay for your life. You just ain't going to get the bag because I'm balling. That don't work like that.
When you demand that men lead with their finances, understand that there will always be an expectation of sex work. Know the rules of the game that you are playing. When your requirement is that a man has to drop bands on you, he has to take you to nice places, he has to buy you shoes, bags, cars, clothes, whatever it is, understand that that is not for free. Men understand that that's their role to play when they enter into those situations, but they fully expect you to pay your role and pay your role up front, and your role is sex. You cannot be a girl that is paid to play and think that the men that are approaching you have a high level of respect for you. It's just not going to happen, ladies. And what happens to most women who enter into this type of situation is that the man will pay to play, have sex with them until it gets boring, and then when they are done, the tap will be cut off. The only thing that stops a man from leaving is the value you add to his life. Sex is not enough, because you are not the possessor of sex. So the only way you can keep a man, I said keep, not have, is to offer value. And sex is not value because any woman can give it. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wanting a man with money, especially the way men have set the patriarchy up to present men as providers. They also need to stop complaining about that because you chose to do that. But don't lead with that. And learn how to discern which men have money. And it's not by flashy also. Well, it is sometimes, but not just by that. Because if you can identify a man with money and you only want a man with money, you can cut off the ones who don't have money as they come. You don't have to tell them why. You can just cut them off. So I'm not really understanding why we need to announce that we want men with money. Just go for the men with money. I hope that makes sense. Now, like I always say, there's always an exception to the rule. For best results, assume it's not you. Mwah.
Let me just say y'all something. I don't know what do need to hear this, but quit saying women is gold diggers and women just want men to do this and women just want men to do that. As a man, when you approach a woman and you and this woman start talking and mingling and texting and on the phone, what do you think next? As being grown in this time and day, y'all should know what to expect from a woman. A woman is there for a good time, not a long time. Especially if it's just something to do when ain't nothing to do. Especially if you ain't trying to go take it for her and she ain't trying to take it for her. She is there for a good time, not a long time. What you ain't trying to do for her in that good time, another man will. It's that simple. Quit saying women is gold diggers. Quit trying to, what you doing there, calling me all day. Let me pull up on you. No. Take me somewhere. Do something fun. That's it.
What the hell is the city girl mentality? Somebody please explain to me what are the long-term positives to being a city girl. Well, from my understanding, a city girl is being a boss babe, have ambition, have success, pretty much get the bag, whatever means necessary, even if you have to cheat, lie, steal, and use men. Being a city girl is like leveraging your looks for profit. You know you a baddie, so you leverage your looks in order to attain resources. Resources that you normally can't maintain or sustain, so you have a line of simp type dudes that you can finesse a bag off of. Y'all do realize y'all looks don't last forever. Being a city girl is a short-term solution to a long-term issue. When you get to your 30s and your 40s, you're not going to be able to seduce a bag off a man like you did back when you were 20. And then you have to do some self-reflecting and realize that you made no progress as a young woman. The next generation took your place, and now you out here looking stupid with a fucked up mentality.
I'm so happy that Young Miami did that Club Shay Shay interview, because I feel like she cleared up a lot of misconceptions of what it means to be a city girl. I feel like a lot of people confuse being a city girl with financial domination, and that's not what the message is at all. The city girls have never promoted being a shitty person. What they have promoted, though, is getting what you want out of a casual dating situation or just moving on. For some reason, men tend to equate the value of money to the value of sex, or they misinterpret being a city girl as sex work, but it's not what it is. If a man is pursuing a woman and is expecting sex, he should be willing to take care of her. Specifically because women face significant social risks when having sex in general. So why should a woman give her body to someone that's offering her nothing in return? However, once you get into a place where you're dating intentionally, things change. Well, and this is seen, right? When Shannon Sharp asked Carisha, hey, so if your man gives you his last $30, what are you going to do? And she says, I'll give it back and I'll give him more money on top of it. She said, I'll just eat a ham sandwich, right? He was visibly surprised by that answer, but the city girls never promoted mistreating a man who genuinely cares about you. And that's where the misconception lies, I think, with men and women. So stop being a shitty person and talking about you're a city girl. Or whenever you get treated like shit by a woman, men, stop talking about, oh, she's a city girl. That's not the case, because both the city girls they always either stay with the man or are cuffed forever and always. So that clearly is not the case. So whatever. That's just my take on it.
It's so funny to me when men think that women who have really high standards or refuse to date broke men have daddy issues. Cause where do you think I got it from, babe? daddy issues, I saw my dad blow a bag on every single woman he dated. That's the issue. Every single woman that my dad has ever dated has glowed the fuck up. Every single one came in looking regular, degular. Within 2 to 3 weeks, hair, nails, clothes, shoes, bags, cars. I'll never forget in college, I was crying over some boy, some worthless boy. And my dad was so annoyed. He's like, why are you crying? Like, did he take you to a steakhouse on your first date? I'm like, no. He's like, if he couldn't even do that on the first date, what the fuck do you think he's gonna do for you for life? So what are you missing? I said, oh, you're right. So no, I don't have daddy issues. My dad is a big boss. That's the issue.
I'm really so torn between hot girl summer and lover girl summer. Like, I'm trying to have an act up city girl summer. But, I don't know. Like, having a little loved up, lovey-dovey summer sounds nice too. Ah! Should I flip a coin? I think I might flip a coin.
I think I found the perfect way to describe me. I am a lover girl with city girl tendencies. So anytime I feel like I'm doing something that is at a girlfriend, wifey level, Meg Thee Stallion lyrics just come across the screen of my face and remind me to get a grasp of things. City girl lyrics just pop up in my head, and then I'm like, oh, okay, we're back to earth. We need to regroup. I know I'm not the only one, so yeah.
You say you want to fuck with me again. You already, listen, let me tell you, I'm only going to like you for who you are one time. After that, then I'm going to like you for what you can do for me. Like, you could have had Tamia, but you wanted Trina. So I'm gonna give you this city girl shit, bitch. What's good? Naturally a fucking lover girl, so like, I don't even like poking chest out like that. Damn, don't fucking play with me. It's just I grew up with my daddy and my motherfucking brother, and I had an ex that put me on a lot of games. So it's like hard to play me, bitch.
So this morning I seen a stat. I can't remember what it said word for word, but basically in a nutshell, it stated, I'm done being a good woman. There's no benefit to being a good woman. From here on out, I'm basically gonna lie, cheat, play games, and use men for their money. If you don't got no money, basically don't say nothing to me. Obviously, she had all the other girls in the comment section hyping her up. Go ahead, girl. I know that's right. Get your money, get your coins, get your bag, and all this, nonsense. And not only was I, disgusted looking at the comments, I was kind of like disturbed because I didn't understand why did she put her self-worth next to like a man. Like, what do you mean there's no benefit in being a good woman? As far as what? As far as like a man? What do you mean there's no benefit? There's plenty of benefits in being a good woman. There's plenty of benefits in being a good person. Why are you willing to change who you are as a woman at the core to try to make men see things in their way? They're never going to see things in that way. I know y'all think if y'all get out here and play the field like them, well, if he a dog, I'm gonna show him I'm a dog too. But it's not the same. They don't care. And it's like, it's just crazy to see y'all, oh, get your bag, girl. And looks eventually are going to fade. That's what y'all fail to realize. So when y'all done looking like the it girls, and when y'all done sitting nice with y'all BBLs and things like that, then what's next? It's kind of like, what are y'all doing for your future? How are you planning for your goals? How are you if you using all this time and energy to chase men for their money, when are you finding time to put your time into your goals or your energy for your future? A lot of y'all gonna end up in a nursing home because y'all put so much energy into trying to, prove to men that you can be men too and be dogs too, and I'm gonna use them for their money. Ladies, the game is not meant to be played like that, and that is why so many ladies are ended up unalived, domestic violence, women getting beat. Then y'all say things like, oh, women aren't protected by men. Men are not really here for y'all to dance and play on their emotions like it's a piano. Women, we're already emotional. Y'all start playing those type of side games with men, especially a man that did nothing to you. You think you're just gonna be out here using the innocent man who did nothing to you for his money, and then if karma or something bad happens to y'all, the first thing y'all want to do is say, oh, black women aren't protected, women aren't protected, he killed her, he beat her. Y'all out here playing a real dangerous game, man. Instead of just sitting back, taking some time to heal. The only thing that's gonna stop y'all from hurting is to heal. When you speaking like that, you're speaking from an unhealed place. You're speaking from a hurt place. Baby, just go heal. I don't even have time to play those type of games. You are what you attract, and not only are you what you attract, you are what you entertain. Just stop entertaining those type of men that make y'all feel like that. Why do it seem like y'all only get a boost of energy for your life and goals when it's a man involved? The minute y'all get y'all heart broke, I'm just gonna focus on me. Y'all want to go and do everything. Y'all want to pop out with degrees, new cars, new houses. Why can't y'all focus like that on yourselves without a man in the picture? Why do y'all get so much boost of energy from men in general? It's something else to focus on. It's a lot of things to focus on in life. I really wish women stop making their surrounding point of life around men. There is so many other things that y'all can be out here doing. Get yourself together. Who cares about what men are and aren't doing? Stop surrounding your thought process about a man. Get your shit together for you. God, I'm tired of hearing it.
At the end of the day, you have to make your own money. Stop trying to use other people and step on another person to earn a lot of money. Life is very hard. Stop relying on other people to give you stuff. Rely on yourself. You're not stupid, are you? You can think for yourself, right? You are able to do research, right? You are able to try and come up with a plan and continue to try various things until something works. You are a grown adult. Then there is no reason why you should be scamming men and playing men and all this stuff. There's literally no reason why. Stop trying to use other people for your own personal gain. Men have caught on to the game and now are playing it back as well. So these days, men are not stupid. They know exactly what you are doing. You are not slick. You're not that smart. Men have caught on. They know exactly that you are using them just for money. They know this and they cut you off real quick. Or they try to play you. And at the end of the day, you lose long term. So stop relying on other people to fund your life. Stop relying on men, especially to fund your life. You're a grown woman. Act like it. Be able to take care of yourself. Be able to handle your business without anybody.
Existence of women like myself and women I associate myself with exists, but I am really surrounded by good women. Women who don't find it, gratifying to be disrespectful to their men, to talk down to them, call them out of their name, belittle them, not be supportive. Women who know how to put their needs aside when your person is going through because you want to make sure that they're fully supported, even when you're in a space of deficit. People who care about their man's reputation, so even when they're justified to talk about them like the two-faced, lying, phony bags of garbage that they can be, still protect their names, and make sure that they're not humiliated because people who don't love them as much as we do won't be as forgiving. It's hard being a good woman. I see on the internet men always are complaining about women who are just after their money, who want you, and all these kind of things. And it's just like, where are you finding these women at? Because me and my girls, we not just it's not like that. Not like that at all. And I think it gets to a point where it's exhausting. You get hopeless of wondering if it still means something to be good. If it still means something to care and love and protect. If it still means something. It's very hard and a hard space for women, especially good women, to have a space where we can advocate for our needs because good or bad, eventually, men who aren't really emotionally invested in you are just going to see you as a nag and an inconvenience. So it makes it tough when you have it in your heart to still want to be good, but it just loses its value and its worth.
I'm making this video because I came to the realization that I am just way too good of a woman for men in my generation. And the reason I'm saying it is because a lot of men in my generation don't believe in love. They don't believe in romance. They don't believe in marriage. They don't believe in God. And that's all important to me. And I'm not having kids until I'm married. So how it's looking right now, I honestly feel like I will never have kids. Because these men will lie to you, betray you. And I really don't trust nobody. And it's so sad that I feel like I can't trust nobody. It's because every relationship that I have been in, trust has been broken. So it's hard.
I've seen a few women say that good women are still out there. It's just that we are tired of being mistreated. Let me tell you something. If you are a good woman at your core and you are tired of being mistreated, what will likely happen is that you'll learn just eventually, because this is just how life goes, who to give your love to, or at least you should. So it's not that you're not going to be a good woman anymore. It's just that you are going to be more selective about who you're giving your goodness to. If you thought that you were a good woman, but you had some bad love experiences, and now you turn into an a-hole, most likely you were not that good of a woman. And let me explain why I say that. That's because everything that you were doing was performative. And don't get me wrong, we do things performatively, good or bad, to a certain extent, period. But you were doing it because you wanted something from that man, not because you necessarily cared about him. It is no different than a man who is nice to a woman so he can get in her panties, or is nice to a woman so he can get a place to stay. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.